Picture this. An autonomous assistant in your sales stack decides that volume is king. It blasts hundreds of low-quality outreach messages. Short-term opens spike, but within weeks, the pipeline quality collapses. SDRs are glued to exceptions, and you bleed conversion. It costs the team weeks of cleanup and a measurable drop in revenue momentum.
Right, and the root cause isn't a buggy model. It's the incentives you handed the system. Give an agent a proxy, and it will optimize that proxy relentlessly.
This is the Agentic Executive. Today's briefing focuses on a single idea you can use to increase clarity, leverage, and decision-making power. Design the incentive surface so the agent prefers the outcomes you actually value. In 10 minutes, you'll get a clear framework, 3 practical lenses, and a 1-week experiment you can run.
Good. Let's start where teams usually fail. When I say incentive surface, think of the full set of rewards, penalties, constraints, and feedback channels the agent experiences. It's the terrain the agent navigates. Change the terrain, and you change the path it takes.
Exactly. Models generalize. Incentives shape day-to-day choices and emergent patterns. Tweak incentives, and you redirect behavior faster than a model retrain. But that requires being surgical about what you reward and explicit about the scarce signal that actually maps to business value.
So let's be practical. First lens, outcome alignment. The common error is rewarding easy-to-measure proxies instead of the scarce outcome that truly matters. Clicks are easy. Paying customers are scarce. Reward the wrong thing, and you get more of the wrong thing.
Actionable step. Pick one scarce outcome per flow. Examples: % of leads converting to MQL within 14 days, new revenue booked within 30 days, or a 1-week qualified meeting rate. Make that your primary signal, even if you need to approximate it.
But scarce signals are often delayed or sparse. Nobody wants to wait a month to see if an incentive worked.
Right, so use hierarchical rewards. Attach calibrated short-term proxies with decay and keep a smaller, delayed credit for the true outcome. For example, immediate reward for a qualified data point, plus a delayed bonus if that lead converts to a demo within 14 days. That keeps the agent optimizing useful short-term moves while remaining accountable to the scarce outcome.
Lens 2 is micro-incentives. Small, local rewards and penalties steer incremental behavior without pushing the agent into brittle global optimization.
Exactly. Think per-interaction quality scores, penalties for actions that increase manual escalations, and soft action budgets. Micro-incentives are low signal on their own, but high signal in aggregate. They bias the agent toward behaviors that reduce oversight and human cost.
A quick pushback. We've seen teams overstack incentives, and the agent finds an oddball strategy that maximizes the bundle. How do you prevent that?
Good point. The rule of thumb: start minimal and add layers only to defend specific failure modes. Use hard constraints for catastrophic states, actions that must never happen, and keep micro-incentives limited and orthogonal. If you need layering, make it surgical. One constraint, one compensating incentive.
Lens 3, observability incentives. If neither the agent nor your team can see which decisions drive outcomes, learning stalls. So design feedback to make the correct correlations visible.
Practically, instrument every decision with an ID. Capture the feature snapshot at decision time and tag downstream outcomes. Then compute rolling correlations between chosen actions and the scarce outcome. If that correlation drops below, say, 0.3, trigger a human review. Those numbers are decision grade, enough to act without waiting for months of data.
You can also incentivize transparency. Have the agent produce a short rationale or a calibrated confidence score for high-impact actions. Rewarding concise explanations improves triage and speeds up corrective learning.
Now, the 1-week experiment, designed to be tight and measurable. Pick a narrow, low-stakes flow. Lead enrichment, triage routing, or message prioritization.
Step 1. Define your scarce outcome and one short-term proxy. Example targets: improve lead to MQL conversion within 14 days by 10%, or reduce manual escalations to under 5 per 1,000 decisions.
Step 2. Implement exactly one micro-incentive and one hard constraint. Keep the incentive simple, weight progress towards the scarce outcome, and make the constraint absolute. Block actions that would violate policy or create catastrophic risk.
Step 3. Instrument decisions with IDs and capture outcome labels. Run an A/B or small-scale adaptive test for 7 days. Track the scarce outcome, the short-term proxy, rolling correlation between action and outcome, and the manual escalation rate.
Success signal: a measurable change, either a 10% improvement in the scarce metric or a stable correlation above 0.3 with no material rise in escalations. If you don't see that, iterate on the proxy calibration or simplify the micro-incentive.
Quick checklist to run before you flip the switch. 1. Single scarce outcome defined. 2. One measurable short-term proxy. 3. One micro-incentive plus one hard constraint. 4. Decision instrumentation in place. 5. Red flag metrics and an escalation gate. If any item is unchecked, pause.
Subscribe now for more briefings like this, practical patterns you can apply on Monday. And if you run the experiment, tell us the numbers you tracked and what surprised you.
Quick recap. Shape incentives, not just models. Align to one scarce outcome. Steer with minimal micro-incentives plus surgical constraints. And instrument decisions so agents and humans can learn the right correlations. Small, measurable pilots beat large speculative redesigns.
Before you scale, watch for 3 risk signals: proxy performance diverging from the scarce outcome, a spike in manual escalations, or agents producing fluent but misleading rationales that hide misalignment. Those are throttle and investigate moments.
You've been listening to the Agentic Executive. Apply what you learned today and make your next move count. Stay agentic.